Hi, Facebook world, it's Char, and I had a great epiphany today I want to share with you guys. Have you ever been going through things in life that you're not quite sure how to handle or how to juggle? And we're all going through the daily grind of finding this place called balance. And we think that balance is, and I am parked, so I'm not driving right now, so I just took my seatbelt off. We think that balance is a destination, that once you get there, everything's going to get easier. Once you get there, everything is perfect. And what you need to understand is that balance is not a noun. It's not a person, a place, or a thing. Balance is actually a verb. It is an action. And just like if you were standing on a balance beam or even just standing where you're at now, and you lift one foot up and you're balancing, life is just like that. You're never done. There isn't a destination that you're going to find the balance. Balance is a verb. It's an ongoing thing. And some of the things that you learn through life is that some of the stuff that you're juggling while you're finding this balance are made of rubber balls and some are glass balls. And the glass balls being the things that could break if you didn't balance them correctly. Probably children, marriage, things like that. And then there's some rubber balls that, you know what, you can let it every once in a while hit the floor and bounce back up. It might even bounce higher than it did before. And it's going to get you, it's going to give you a little bit of grace. And so while you're in that daily grind of finding balance, know that it doesn't ever end. It's not an destination. It's not once the kids leave home you're going to have balance, or once the kids grow up, or once you do this that you have balance. Balance never stops. You're always going to be juggling some as long as you have a heartbeat. And that, you know, a lot of figuring out which balls are rubber and which ones are glass that you can't, are just you being able to evaluate the relationships with you. And what you remember a few days ago, I talked about how your spokes on your wheels, you know, the spokes will bounce typically. If you've done the work, they're gonna come back for you. Another piece of advice I'd like to offer is, if you have ever been in the middle of a situation that makes no sense at all, and I am kind of walking that walk right now. I'm on a couple weeks now. I'm walking this walk that makes absolutely no sense to me. That you need to know, just like a puzzle, when you were a child and you put a puzzle together, did you ever put a puzzle together and there was a piece or two missing and you didn't find out to the end? And it even made it a little bit harder to figure out the puzzle because you were missing those pieces that you didn't know you were missing. That at those times in life when you're trying to figure out a situation and it just doesn't make sense or it's not coming together, what you need to know is that you just don't have all of the pieces yet to that puzzle. And sometimes you just have to put the puzzle back together. Put the puzzle back in the box and put the box up on the shelf. And that I remember when my children were younger and they had a lot of puzzles, I would maybe stumble across a piece to a puzzle in the toy box and I'd look at it and then I'd go and put it back in the box, because as kids do, we didn't always have everything exactly where it was supposed to be. And your life is going to be just like that. That when you sit down and you are in a situation, sometimes, especially when something happens right away, you don't have all of the pieces that you're going to need to put that picture together for it to make sense. And that you have to learn to be patient, give it time, and that if you are approaching your life coming from contribution with an open eyes and a coachable mindset, that you'll find other pieces to this puzzle, that you'll come back and eventually the picture will come together. Now, there are times where it won't. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it could be because you only have 2 or 3 pieces of this 100-piece puzzle, and it's not your puzzle to do. Your job is actually just a piece in somebody else's puzzle, and that's it. And so that's why it's so important that you don't get stuck in the moment of where you're at, that you allow yourself the ability to just put something on a shelf, walk away, and go figure out or finish up some other puzzles you're working on. Make sure that you've got your life, that you're always keeping an eye on how your life is being balanced with your self-care, with those that are most important to you, and that you're doing things that are feeding you. Because in the end, you know, we're all in this race, we're all in this experience together. And I love the puzzle analogy, because that's where you really get to see that sometimes it's not your puzzle to work with. It's somebody else's puzzle and you're just a few pieces in it. And the sooner you can just give them the pieces, the sooner you can move on to the next puzzle in your own life. So you guys, don't get stuck on unfinished puzzle pieces, or trying to find balance, because balance is not a destination. Balance is a verb. It's an action. It's something you do every single day. And as long as you're doing it coming from contribution, realizing we're all connected, we're all important. Every single person you come across is very important, and sometimes you're able to see their importance today, sometimes you're not able to see it until maybe it comes back around to you. So don't ever underestimate the ability to change someone's life, or at least the trajectory of where they're going. So remember, you're all amazing, you're powerful, you're very powerful, and let's go make a change in the world today. Have a great day. Thanks.